Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is so close, I can almost smell it. Not really, but in today's video we are going to talk about a couple of things related to the game. Starting off with the big one. If you follow me on social media, you already know that Mira and Towa are going to be in DBZ Kakarot, and that has some really big implications on the future of this game. We'll get back to those two later, but first, let us talk about what are the reviews of the people who've actually played and even finished DBZ Kakarot. The game has been out in the press for a while now, and we are getting early reviews and impressions from Japan about the game. So far, most of the early reviews have been quite positive and the game is getting lots and lots of praises. The reviews say that the game is about 35 to 40 hours long in length. However, that number heavily depends on how you, specifically you, play it. There are tons and tons of side quests in the game and also tons of different activities. If you decide to take your time and do everything the game has to offer instead of rushing it, the game can easily go up to 80 or even 100 hours in length, and that is a big number for a single player game. Another thing that is getting tons of praises is the fact that the game is an RPG, due to which players can really feel and see the progress of their characters. When you play the game, you can really see your characters starting off as weak and they get stronger and stronger as they fight more and more throughout the game. The more you train and the more you fight, the more skills you unlock. The skill tree in the game is massive and it features over 100 different super attacks, which is crazy. This game managed to recreate the Dragon Ball world beautifully. Ever since the beginning, they've been advertising the game as a Goku experience, but in my opinion, it is more like a character experience. You're not just playing as Goku, you're playing the game as various different characters, and each of those characters have their own skill trees, their own main quest, and their own side stories. When you do the main story and these side stories in the game, you can really see the Dragon Ball world from the perspective of the character that you are playing as. For example, when you're playing as Gohan on planet Namek, you can literally see the place where Bulma is hiding. You can go there anytime you want, and you also get to see the place where the Elder lives. Being able to fly and explore the environment and all these landmarks from the Dragon Ball world freely is the best thing about the game. I think every person out there who has reviewed this game agrees with the fact that the most fun thing about the game is not following the main storyline, but rather experiencing the open world from the perspective of different characters and doing their specific subquests. When you do this, you are very much immersed in the Dragon Ball world. You can meet past characters such as Launch, Pilaf, Mai, Shu, or you could also meet completely brand new characters such as Bonyu. I have a video on the channel that is specifically about Bonyu. In that video, I discuss few things about her past that was revealed by the game director, so check that video out later if you are interested. Now, let us get back to Towa and Mira. Most of you might remember them from Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Heroes, or maybe even Dragon Ball Online. But keep in mind, these characters were actually made by Akira Toriyama himself, and Akira Toriyama did promise the lore of Dragon Ball was getting expanded in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So, do you think that we'll be exploring the past of Mira and Towa in the game? Well, personally, I don't think so, and here's the thing. Mira and Towa are known to mess with the timelines of the Dragon Ball universe. This opens the game up to a huge amount of possibilities. Imagine, these two characters can literally be our gateway towards other dimensions, such as the alternate timeline where the Dragon Ball movies takes place, and even Dragon Ball GT. The possibilities with Mira and Towa are endless. The game itself does not feature Mira and Towa in the main storyline, so in case you are thinking that they are a huge part of the game from the beginning, well, that is not the case. I can tell you this much though, at least in the base game, without keeping the DLCs in mind, Mira and Towa actually don't have too much screen time. So this game very well might be using Mira and Towa at the end of the game as sort of a teaser to set things up for future DLCs or expansion. And that is where I would bet my money on. With all these things being said, I'll say one last thing, and that is the fun is just beginning. We have so much more to talk about regarding this game, and it hasn't even released yet. We can go on and talk about the combat, the skill tree, the level system, the drivable cars, building robots, and so much more. And that is just the base game. We haven't even started on the DLCs and additional content yet. But those things are a story for another video. For now, this is it. I hope you like this video. In the coming days, I'm going to cover DBZ Kakarot for the best of my abilities. So subscribe if you are new here, and I will see you next time.